What's up guys? So today's video we're talking about accessories, specifically accessories for weightlifting. We're going to go through 5 exercises that I think are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. We're going to talk about some of the bodybuilding exercises that I would put in and how we program all these into the workout. I'm going to break them up into 2 different categories to help people define what they're doing and understand what they're doing better. So stick around after this and we're going to go through that to see if we can help you with your accessories. When we do accessories, I like to break it up into 2 different categories. So one category we have high correlation movements, that may be squats and pulls, and then you have your kind of bodybuilding work that we use for hypertrophy, for correcting imbalances and other stuff like that. They might include single leg work with dumbbells or single arm work with dumbbells, whatever it may be. When we are putting accessories in our program, everything always has to have a reason. We can't just do it because we saw somebody else do it. Oh, I saw Lou doing lateral raises, so I'm going to put them in my program. Or I saw Clock Off doing this, so I'm going to do that. That's a stupid way to program. Everything we do should have a reason, whether it's hypertrophy, whether it's strength, whether it's explosive work, whether it's positional work. Whatever it is, it has to have a reason. Next couple of things I want to talk about are the time you're going to spend on your accessories. Now, when it comes to the high correlation accessories, I would spend more time on them. Obviously, you're going to spend more time on squats and pulls and presses and whatever else that have that high correlation to your lifts. They are what's going to make your lifts better. When it comes to the bodybuilding exercises, or whatever you want to call them, we're going to spend less time. I wouldn't be doing more than 2 hours in a week of that. And most people can't even get that much of it done. If you want to be better at weightlifting, you need to spend your time weightlifting, mainly. If you're not a great weightlifter, then lobbing in a load of exercises into your program that's going to take time away from your lifting and make you more fatigued is not going to make you a better weightlifter. So spend most of your time doing the classical lifts and the high correlation accessories. The other stuff can be put in afterwards, but don't overdo it. Also guys, when it comes to these kind of accessories, the secondary accessories, we call them the bodybuilding accessories, at the start of a program, I would be more inclined to put them there. As I come towards the end of my cycle or the end of my program and I'm coming into competition or I'm peaking, that is time to start. You don't have to take them out completely, do a small amount, but I would start to take them out. They're not really necessary at that point. You're not going to lose your gains in a week or 2. So if you have an 8-week program, by the time it gets to week 6, 7, 8, like you should be really backing off on them and really upping your intensity on the classical lifts. Remember, you're a weightlifter, not a bodybuilder. So when you do these exercises, always a fast contraction. The slow eccentric, yes, it will make you sore. So at the start of a program, if you're putting them in, be aware that if you're doing a slow eccentric and doing lots of reps, that's going to make you sore. It's going to make it harder to lift during the week. Next, we're going to go through 5 different accessories that I think are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. And number 1, people probably won't even look at it as an accessory, but it is squats. And that's back squats and front squats. We're weightlifters, we have to do both. These are fundamental. Weightlifters are all about leg strength. If we don't have leg strength, you're not going to lift anything. So spend enough time doing your squats. Yes, you got to make your technique better, but once your technique is at a level that is good enough, you need to get stronger. There's no other way around it. Next on the list, and number 2, is pulls. So that's snatch pulls and clean pulls. They are fundamental. When I snatch or clean, I will generally always do pulls afterwards, unless we're having a day where it's just all classical lifts, maybe snatch and clean and jerk, one heavy, whatever it is. But I will generally always, if I snatch on a Monday, I will do pulls on a Monday afterwards. And I will always go a little bit heavier on the percentage. basically what that's doing is it's priming my body for the weeks coming. So if I start at 60% of my snatches, and then by the time I get to week 8, I'll have already hit them numbers in my pulls. So I start at 60% and then I might do 70% pulls, and then 70% and 80%, and keep building both together. It primes your body for the coming week and gets your body ready for that weight. So third is back extensions. Again, we're weightlifters. Leg strength is extremely important, but so is our back and our posterior. Make sure that you train it. The amount of people that say to me, oh, you're going to hurt your back weightlifting. It's nonsense. I've never had a back issue weightlifting because I trained it properly. So back extensions are really good. If you've never done them before, start gentle. GHD is unforgiving. So you start very gently and add weight as you go. So maybe 3 sets of 8, 3 sets of 10 is plenty at the start, body weight. After you've spent a few weeks doing that, add a little bit of weight, add a plate. Don't jump to putting a bar on your back just because you've seen somebody online doing it. Start with a 5 kilo plate, then add a 10, then a 15. When you get up to the point where you can't hold the plate anymore, then you can use a bar. Just be careful with a bar. It is quite hard to get it on and off, and it's quite easy to be injured in that way. Okay, next up, and number 4 on the list is overhead work. So we're going to go push press and push jerk. Both very, very similar. One is going to be working your arm strength more, and one is going to be working the explosiveness in your legs and pulling back under. But we can use both for positional work as well. A push jerk is extremely good to be able to teach people how to dip and drive straight. When people split, what tends to happen is they leave everything in front. That's just the way it is. The bar is on your front. It's harder to make it go back the way or go straight. So what we can do is we can use a push jerk because it's so unforgiving. If you push it forward, it's gone. And that's it. It forces people to actually learn how to go up and down straight, and then when you come back to a split jerk, it's going to help that a massive amount. It's something that helped me a huge amount a few years ago. And last on the list, guys, is snatch grip squat press. So this is where we squat down, bars on our back, and where our hands are in a snatch grip. From here then, we're just going to press the bar off our back. This is going to help working on stability overhead, stability in the bottom position, your mobility, and it's going to help a lot of beginners get comfortable in their bottom position. So don't be afraid to spend time down there. Start light again on this. It can be quite difficult, especially if your mobility is not quite there. You can start with it standing up and then work your way down. But this is a really helpful tool to start building strength in the bottom position of your snatch. So don't neglect it. Okay guys, so next we're going to talk about the bodybuilding movements and how we would program them and why we do them. When I'm programming these into the program, what I'll always be conscious of is that we have balance from our posterior to our anterior, that we're doing enough pushing work, we're doing enough pulling work. When it comes to the lower body then, some of the stuff that I like to do, we have box step-ups with weight, eccentric lowers where we stand on a box with one foot and lower our other leg to the ground, single leg RDLs. Now I will also put in double leg RDLs throughout the week just because you can load it heavier and build more strength that way, whereas the single ones are more for corrective exercise. Then when we go up to the upper body, always put in some pulling movements and some pushing movements. So pulling, we're going to have single arm rows, ring rows, pull-ups. Then pushing movements, we're going to have bench press, strict press, Z press, take your pick. There's so many out there, there's so many different variations. And that's another very good point. Variation is what you want. Don't stick doing the same thing over and over again. Maybe do a few weeks of the same movements and then change them up. They all have small variances that you can do. So utilize that, keep your body guessing, and that's where you're going to start seeing more benefits as well. Now, again, we are not bodybuilders. Do not overdo this stuff. 2 hours in a week is plenty. We are not professionals. We need to be able to lift. We need to be able to lift efficiently. And we need to be healthy. And yes, the bodybuilding style movements will help and assist in that. They're not going to make you a better weightlifter if you don't spend enough time on the classical lifts. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope some of these exercises can help you. Remember, you're not a bodybuilder, you're a weightlifter. Be smart with why you program stuff. Don't overdo it. Spend most of your time on the classical lifts. And if you have any further questions, feel free to throw them in the comments below and I'll come back and answer them. But for now, I'm going to see you in the next video, guys.
Okay guys, so thanks for watching the video first of all. Second of all, I want to highlight some of the videos that I've used in this video. I've taken from All Things Gym's YouTube page and Yasmin Stevens' YouTube page and some of my own stuff that I videoed, just to highlight the movements and stuff that I'm talking about. But recently joined the All Things Gym Patreon page, which I think if you enjoy weightlifting, you should do too. There's some amazing content on it. I will link it in the description box below. I'll also link Yasmin's page down below on YouTube, so you can go follow them for more content. But specifically on Gregor's All Things Gym page, he posts some amazing videos, photographs, podcasts, like some of the photographs you can see here. Fantastic sequence shots, training sessions. Here's another one of Max Lang, which is a beautiful sequence shot. Or my favorite, the David versus Goliath, and Lasha comparison photo, which is pretty cool. This is one that, because it's now posted in high quality JPEG, I can actually download this, have it printed and have it framed, and I can put it up in my gym. I think it's a really cool feature and something that will add a lot to the gym. So if it's possible at all, please go and support this page. There's tons of different tier options, and he posts tons of weightlifting content. So again, thanks a lot for watching the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.